How do you translate Ruy Lopez chess theory to practical play? Have you ever wondered how to take the Ruy Lopez chess theory and make it work for you in actual games? Let's break it down into practical steps that can help you play better. The Ruy Lopez starts with the moves 1, e4, e5, 2, knight f3, knight c6, and 3, bishop b5. This opening is all about controlling the center and putting pressure on black's knight at c6, which defends the e5 pawn. In practical play, white should focus on quick development and castling early to keep the king safe. A common move is to castle short after playing rook e1. Building a strong pawn center with c3 and d4 is also key. This supports central control and makes your pieces more active. The bishop on b5 can pin black's knight and apply pressure on the center, sometimes forcing weaknesses in black's position. Now let's look at how black can respond. The most common responses are the Morphy defense, which starts with 3, a 6, and the Berlin defense, which begins with 3, knight f6. The Morphy defense forces the bishop to decide whether to retreat or exchange, while the Berlin defense leads to solid positions that can often end in draws. Knowing these defenses helps white anticipate black's plans and adjust strategies accordingly. In practical terms, there are a few key concepts to keep in mind. The Closed Ruy Lopez often continues with moves like 4, bishop a4, knight f6, 5, castle, and so on. Here, white prepares to play d4 and moves knights to support the center and kingside attack. The goal is to create long-term pressure, while black looks for counterplay on the queen side. Another option is the exchange variation, where white exchanges the bishop for the knight on c6 early. This can damage black's pawn structure by doubling their pawns. It simplifies the position, which can be easier to manage for players who prefer clear plans. The martial attack is a sharp counter by black in some closed lines, where they sacrifice a pawn for active piece play. Being ready for this requires precise defense and countermeasures from white. To translate theory into practice, start by learning typical piece placements and plans. Knowing where to position your knights, bishops, and pawns in common Ruy Lopez structures helps you avoid mistakes. Understanding pawn breaks, such as d for 4 white and c5 or d5 for black, is also essential. These moves can open lines and challenge control of the center. Mastering common tactical motifs like pins, forks, and discovered attacks is important too. These often arise from the tension around the center and the knight on c6. Studying model games from strong players who use the Ruy Lopez can help you internalize strategic ideas and practical decision-making. Lastly, be aware of your opponent's plans. Recognizing black's typical counterplay ideas, such as queenside expansion or pressure on e4, allows you to prepare effective responses. By combining solid opening principles with specific plans and variations, you can effectively translate Ruy Lopez theory into practical play.